Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. This video is going to be my Ps for my in-depth Blu-ray collection. I'm going to try and get them out as fast as I can because I'm going away again in 1 week's time as of the recording of this video, so I'm going to try and finish them by then. But they'll still be one up every day, so you probably won't see this one until the end of the week, start of next week, because I'm going to do them all, so I've got them all for when I'm away to put up. So yeah, I'm not going to explain too much, but I'll just get straight into it anyway, because I know I'm probably gonna come back with loads of Blu-rays like I did last time. Don't think I'll come back with as many as last time, I'll say, but I still think it'll be a sizable amount, I'm hoping anyway. So anyway, let's get into the P's. So the first one is a Michael Bay film, probably one of my favourite Michael Bay films, and that's probably because it isn't his typical massive explosion, just action for the sake of action film. This is more of I want to say it's like a drama. There is action in it, not lots. It's also got comedic bits in it, and it's got great cast as well. And that is Pain and Gain with The Rock and Mark Wahlberg and Anthony Mackie. And it's really good. It's based on a true story, I think. Yeah, an unbelievable true story about three like bodybuilder personal trainers that want to have the American dream, and they get caught up in a criminal enterprise, and it all goes horribly wrong, and it's just quite ridiculous what happens, but it's really good. I had a really good time when I watched this, so I had to get this, and I got this pretty cheap as well from what I remember. So that's Pain and Gain. Next up is one of my favourite Robin Williams films. It is one of his best, also based on a true story. That is Patch Adams. Obviously he plays Patch Adams, who is a doctor who basically tries to help people through laughter. That's what his medicine is, humour. And because he's not like the typical doctor, the people at the I want to say it's like a college or university, like the head of the department, which is where he's studying to become a fully fledged doctor. They don't like it because it's not the way he should be doing it. But he risks everything to try and help people through humour, as I say, and it's just a really good film, really heartwarming. There are some sad bits, there's some bits that will make you laugh. It's just really good, and as I said, I think this is definitely one of Robin Williams' very best performances. That is Patch Adams. Next up is a film based on the novel from, what's his name, John Green, is it? Yep, John Green, who did The Fault in Our Stars, and then he did this. Oh yeah, he did do a Netflix film and a series as well. Obviously he didn't do it, it's based on his books, like the Nicholas Sparks books did the same thing, and I like all these types of films, but this is Paper Towns with Cara Delevingne and Nat Wolff. And it's about two young adults, shall we say, teenagers, young adults, who've been living with each other, like across the road from each other, ever since they were young children. And the girl is quite mysterious, and the boy's in love with her. And one day she disappears, and he goes along with his friends and her friend to look for her, basically. And it's just a really good film. I really liked it. Thought it was really entertaining. Again, heartwarming, had comedy in it as well. And yeah, I think I could cut this for 50p. I know it does come with a slipcover and you can get it in Poundland, but for 50p, £1.50 cheaper, I could get 3 more Blu-rays for the price of getting 1 Blu-ray from Poundland. So I was very happy to get this so I can watch it again. That is Paper Towns. Next up is what I would probably say is a guilty pleasure. It's not a necessarily good film. The second one isn't good at all, and I'm not going to get that because it's just not a good film. This is good. This I remember watching when it first came out when I was a lot younger, and I liked it. It stars Kevin James, and that is Paul Blart Mall Cop. As I say, I really like this. It is probably a guilty pleasure because it's probably not considered a great film, a very good film, very good comedy film. But as I said, I grew up with it, and it is a guilty pleasure of mine. I do find it quite funny. I do like Kevin James. I think he is quite a funny comedian and actor. And anytime he's in a film, I always watch it because I know I'm going to have fun with it, even if it isn't necessarily a good film, as I do with this film. So yeah, that is Paul Blart Mall Cop. Next up is another film by Michael Bay, which I haven't actually seen yet. Only reason I haven't seen this is because I believe, I'm just trying to look now, it is over 3 hours, I think, or near, very close to the 3 hour mark. And it's finding the time to watch it and being in the mood. It's a film set during World War II, and that is Pearl Harbor, with Ben Affleck, Josh Hartnett, Kate Beckinsale, Cuba Gooding Jr., Tom Sizemore, Jon Voight, Alec Baldwin, and as I said, directed by Michael Bay. I really like war films. This is very similar, well, I think it's very similar sort of film, set around the same time as Midway. Obviously, they're different battles, but they happened around the same time, and I still haven't seen Midway yet, which I will plan on watching soon. But this, yeah, I am looking forward to watching this when I can. If you've seen it, let me know what your thoughts are. I know some people really like this and find it, like I say, with Paul Blart Mall Cop, a guilty pleasure. And some people just don't like it because, well, it's just explosions, but some people, that is what they're watching it for. So, but anyway, let me know what you think of Pearl Harbor below, and whether you think it is worth checking out. Next up is one of Denzel Washington's very best films, from the director of The Silence of the Lambs, and also stars Tom Hanks. That is, of course, Philadelphia. I watched this for the first time last year and thought it was an absolutely fantastic film. As I said, I truly believe this is one of Denzel Washington's best films. I wouldn't go as far to say it's one of Tom Hanks' best. It is a very, very good film from Tom Hanks, and obviously he did win an Oscar for it just before Forrest Gump. But because Tom Hanks has done so many brilliant films, I definitely put it in the top 10. I don't know if it would just about crack the top 5, maybe, possibly. I mean, I definitely have to put Forrest Gump. I definitely have to put The Terminal. There's just so many. Saving Private Ryan would definitely have to go there. What else is there? So yeah, it may just crack the top 5, but it's a really good film about Tom Hanks, who's a lawyer who has AIDS, and his firm fires him because of this, and then he tries to sue the firm for, like, I don't know if it's like what the word is, AIDS discrimination, really, and no lawyer will take him, and then he finds Denzel Washington's lawyer, who originally at first doesn't want to take on his case and help him, but then he does, and they form a really good friendship and try and sue the corruption through the legal firm. And yeah, really good film. Really like this. It says it comes with a digital. Oh, it does come with a digital code, but I believe, as I said, I do redeem my digital codes, and it's obviously wasn't still there. So, but yeah, that is Philadelphia. Next up, we have a film starring Judi Dench and Steve Coogan, and is directed by Stephen Frears, and that is Philomena. It's been a long time since I watched this, but Judi Dench is a national treasure, and most of the things she's in are very good. I do remember liking this, and I do really want to watch it again because I remember liking it. So yeah, we'll see if I watch this soon. But yeah, that is Philomena. Next up is a great comedy film. Stars Seth Rogen, James Franco, and I believe was produced by Judd Apatow. And that is Pineapple Express. Really good film, really funny, one of the best comedies they don't do comedies like this nowadays, unfortunately, because they wouldn't get made because of how well, you know, they're very risky, let's say. So that's why I try and watch these sorts of films from this time as much as I can, because they are the better comedies. You don't, as I say, get comedies like this nowadays. And this is just a really good film about two stoners that witness a murder by a drug lord, and the drug lord goes after them, and they've got to try and stop it, run for their life, and it's just really funny, really good. I really like it. Pineapple Express. And then this one, I don't know if I'll watch this or not, but I got it for 20p in my local charity shop. For some reason, I think I was dragged to the cinema to watch this. My mum wanted to watch this, the third one, not this one, at the cinema, so I had to watch that, and I didn't think much of it, to be honest. As I say, I don't know if I will watch this or not, but that is Pitch Perfect, which came with a slipcover. Is this worth watching? Do you think this will be my type of film? I mean, I like most films, so I may like it, but I just don't know. It just doesn't seem, and I've not watched it at this point, so most films like this I would have watched by now, but I don't know. It might be alright. Let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. And then the next two are, this technically doesn't come under P, but I've classed it, and you'll see why I've classed it as P when I show you. There's three of these. I've only got the first two. I do really need to get the last one, but this has got lovely slipcover, this one, and is, I think, might be my favourite of the three. I don't know. I have to rewatch them again. That is Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Obviously the start of the Planet of the Apes trilogy, the new trilogy we got, which is why it's under the P's for Planet of the Apes, because I wanted them all together, and obviously they start with different letters, so yeah, I decided to just put them together. But yeah, as I said, I think this might be my favourite of the three. Really good start, great casting, obviously James Franco, John Lithgow, Andy Serkis as Caesar, great, just a really great film, I think, and yeah, good watch. And then obviously following that we have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which is a really good sequel. I've only seen it the once, so I do need to watch it again. Obviously it was directed by Matt Reeves, who's doing The Batman, and this also has Gary Oldman, Jason Clarke and Kerry Russell in. Yeah, I can't remember too much, but I will watch it again. But I do remember thinking it is really good. Not as good as the first, but still a really good sequel. And I don't have the War for the Planet of the Apes yet, but I will get it when I can. Next up we have a really good film. I didn't see this at the cinema because I wasn't really too keen on it. But then I did watch it later on and really liked it, and then picked it up on Blu-ray. And that is Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Really good film. I should have known that it would have been good because of Ryan Reynolds. His films are usually quite good. Nowadays, they never used to be. I mean, not that I've seen all of his old films, but I've heard Green Lantern is horrible. But I've tried to stay away from that. So, but this was really good. Really good time with this. Just a fun film. And I'm sure people that love Pokemon really love this film. I've never really done any Pokemon stuff, watched Pokemon or anything. Not too familiar. I know Pikachu, but I don't really know any Pokemon stuff. So, but not. I think that's a good thing. If I liked it, not knowing anything about Pokemon, I think that shows how good the film is. So, yeah, that is Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Next up is one of my favourite Christmas films. Stars Tom Hanks and is directed by my favourite director, Robert Zemeckis. That is The Polar Express, which I got just before Christmas last year but never got around to watching. I will definitely be watching it this Christmas. I really need to bulk up my Christmas collection because I haven't got as many as I want. I've got the main ones. I've got Home Alone, I've got this, I've got Elf, but I do need to really get some more so I can watch them this Christmas. But this is one of my favourites, as I say, just classic, grew up with this, and just really love it, just think it's a really good story, and just have a really deep connection with it. Next up is a trilogy of films. I've not seen any of them. I've seen a new one which isn't in this. I've not seen any of these. I will get around to them soon because I've heard they're all pretty decent films. And that is the Predator trilogy, obviously with Predator, Predator 2 and Predators. in this nice, I know some of them come in a big case, the Trilogy, but I got mine in a nice slim case. I think I got it from Music Magpie for about £5. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking these out because I've heard they're good films. So yeah, that's the Predator Trilogy. Next up, we got another classic starring Richard Gere and Julia Roberts, and that is Pretty Woman. Really good film. Have a lot of fun with it. Just think it's a really good romantic comedy. And Julia Roberts and Richard Gere really have really good chemistry together. So yeah, have a lot of fun with Pretty Woman. Next up is a Poundland pickup, I believe. I've not seen it yet, but it does look like right up my street. It stars Edward Norton, Colin Farrell, Jon Voight, and that is Pride and Glory. I think it's about a family, and two of them are cops, I think. One of the brothers is a bit, I don't know, something about corruption and stuff like that, set in Manhattan, and it just looks really good, really interesting, so I am looking forward to checking it out. Directed by Gavin O'Connor, who did Finding the Way Back, he did The Accountant and Warrior as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. Let me know what you think of it if you've seen it down below. Next up, we've got one of Hugh Jackman's best films. Also stars my favourite actor, Jake Gyllenhaal, Viola Davis, Maria Bello, Terrence Howard, Melissa Leo, and Paul Dano. And that's Prisoners by Denis Villeneuve. Fantastic film. As I said, it's one of Hugh Jackman's very best films. It's about two little girls that go missing, and one of the fathers takes it into his own hands to try and find out what's happened to them, where they are. And you've also got Jake Gyllenhaal, who plays the detective, trying to find them as well. And it's just really good, really gripping. There's some really tense moments in it, and it's just a really well-directed film, really well-made film. And as I said, I just love it. I think it's a really great film. Next up, we have a film directed by Ridley Scott, a continuation of a franchise he did. This is the only one I've seen. I've not seen any of the others. I will get them. But I think the main reason I've not seen them is because I'm not a massive fan of gore. And I've heard, especially the newest one, is rather gory. And I don't really like that. I don't tend to watch films like that because I just don't see the point in it. But this is obviously Prometheus, which is the prequel to Alien. I did actually really like this, thought this was really good. I mean, you could, in sense, not count this as an Alien film. If you didn't know it was an Alien film, then, you know, I thought this was a really good science fiction film. I will watch the Alien films. Don't know about the newest one, because as I said, I've heard that's quite gory. Let me know whether you think it's worth watching or not down below. But I will try and get the box set of the others so I can watch them. But yeah, that is Prometheus. Last two. This one, again, I believe I picked it from Poundland. Don't know too much about it. I believe it's a remake of a horror film. But it sounded interesting. It didn't sound like a typical horror film. It's more of a slasher from the looks of it, which I don't mind if they've done well. And that is Prom Night. I believe the original had Jamie Lee Curtis in. This has got Idris Elba in, who's the only name I'm seeing on the back that I recognise. So yeah, it might be pretty good. Looks decent enough. The cover looks pretty good, so we shall see. Let me know what you think of that down below if you've seen it. And finally, one of the best Will Smith films. It makes me cry every time. I've watched this so many times now, and as I said, it's one of my favourite Will Smith films, and that is The Pursuit of Happiness. Obviously also stars his son Jaden Smith, and is based on a true story about Chris Gardner, who is a struggling single father who wants a better life for his son, and he just risks everything to try and give him a good life and get a decent job. And it's just a really good film, and yeah, definitely watch this if you haven't, because you're not going to be disappointed, because as I said, it is a great film. And that's it. That is everything for my P's. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like. If for some reason you didn't like the video, by all means give it a dislike. But if you do choose to dislike it, I would appreciate it if you let me know why down in the comments, so I can improve on it in the next video. Also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and turn the notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded onto the channel. And that is it. Comment down below, anything, everything. I'll get back to anyone that takes the time to leave me a comment. And until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.